Good morning, childrens. How are we today? Everybody good. Everybody happy. It's Tuesday. It is Tuesday. Good morning, all my friends. Risers, welcome to the program. If you're new to the program, thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. And like it, share it, all that happy stuff. We like that. So make sure you do that. Tommy, Denise, good morning. How are you? I'm glad everybody's here. All my morning friends. I'm glad you played to my psychosis to get up this early. Oh my gosh. It is flight day for Nick. My least favorite thing ever is flying. Maron. It's a long time to have a mask on. Okay, my name is Nick Stewart. This is Sunrise Santa Rosa. You know what your name is. The telephone number to call is 850-771-0049. And if you text in, please, I beg of thee, no pronouns. Please refrain from pronouns. No, it is not the fabulous Thunderbirds, but it does sound very similar to that. Good ear, but it is a royalty free because Facebook, Warner, and all those would. They are still on the royalty free music. When I was doing the EBY thing, we had bumper music coming in and out of the segments, out of commercial breaks, and still, that was what, 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. They're still claiming the rights to those videos that I posted on Facebook. I know. Did you fall off a step stool? Don't do that. It's harder to recover now, Corey. What's with the damaging bridges here in Santa Rosa? Well, it's just everywhere. Have you not heard of Graffiti Bridge? It's just, it's a weird thing. Hi, Vanessa. SRV would say no. I don't even know what that means. I have no idea what we're talking about. So, there you go. Okay. Good morning. Glad you're here. Weather forecast? Hey, it's looking good, my friends. Today, mixed clouds, sun this morning, scattered thunderstorms developing this afternoon, high near 87. Chance of rain today, 50%. However, tonight, partly cloudy, low near 73. Tomorrow, intervals of clouds and sunshine, high near 80. Yeah. Overnight, tomorrow night, mostly clear, cooler, low near 57. Low, it's going to be sunny on Thursday. I'm giving you an extended forecast. Low Thursday's going to be 79, low of 56. Friday, 80, low of 57. Saturday, 82, low of 60. You get the idea. Fall, we welcome thee. Yeah. It's a good thing. Yeah, the cool weather's here. Oh, yeah. Good morning. Your temperatures right now, it's 74 in Milton, 79 Gulf Breeze, 77 Navarre, 75 in Pensacola. And there you have it. I know, John. I don't mind warm weather, but I do kind of like that snap. I do like that cold snap, and if it would just stay like that, right, for a little while longer, and just be able to sit out on the deck and drink some coffee and just not have to worry about mosquitoes and all that kind of stuff. Because it is a deal. All right. Somebody sent me this, and let me see if I can pull that up because I failed to do so earlier, and my apologies. Oops. Yep. Hold on. Bear with me just a moment, please. I got to pull this instant messaging up. I forgot to pull the, forgive me. All right. Let me see. All right. It's loading, I promise. All right, so it's Rockin' for the Bayou. And it is a fundraising event, a benefit concert, and it's going to be for those that have been devastated by the Hurricane Ida. Join the crew of Lafitte and the crew of Airship Pirates as they welcome the Hired Guns, Tyler Livingston and the Absolutes, Jay Williams Band, Nashville recording artist Frank Fletcher. As a parking lot concert, big stage, food truck, drink specials, and more. Doors open around 3 p.m. Music starts at 4. When is it? It's going to be at the Sandshaker. Oh, it's today. Starts today. There you go. So please join them. It happens today. Or is it today or tomorrow? I'm lost. There's no date. It just the 22nd. So it is tomorrow. Put that on your calendar. Go check it out. It's good for a good cause. For a good cause. Thank you, Patrick. Sorry about that. I've been packing. It's been weird. I saw BB King as well, but not here in Birmingham. All right. For the approximately 28,000 students and 2,080 teachers at the 35 schools in the Santa Rosa County School District, the Gulf Power Grant will fund 15 different teacher grants ranging from artistic literacy to career technician education and STEM education. We're thrilled to receive this grant, said Kathy Purdon, outgoing executive director for Santa Rosa Education Foundation. Our foundation will use the Gulf Power Grant to provide innovative classroom projects that motivate students and increase achievement. Now, they get like $15,000. The funds are a much needed boost for teachers in the classroom, according to Brian Tice. He's from Jackson County. Now, here's my thought. Would you not take it and invest in streaming abilities for the school system? I'll give you a minute. Wouldn't you take that and invest in streaming abilities for the school district, knowing what we just came through and the big dump heap that it turned out to be? I don't know. You would think that they would, we are there no problem-solving skills in the Santa Rosa School District? Come on, people. Why wouldn't you do that? Why would you not invest in a streaming system that worked for the school system so you're not scrambling the next time this does come up, because it will come up again, whether it's COVID or something else? The zebra strain, I don't know, but we know this is they're going to keep unleashing this. So would you not have a good plan in place for streaming for virtual students? Nope. I guess the Santa Rosa County school system doesn't think that way. None of them do. If you look at what they're using this stuff for, it's free money. It's a grant. We'll buy dinosaur eggs for the classroom. I don't know, but it's so stupid. Who is that? Louisiana? Well, good. They should do that. I know. Planning is not a thing. The school streaming for students. Right. Whom has the oil money? Well, it doesn't make it different. If you get, that's fine. That's fine. Invest it in that. Take that money and invest it in something besides posters. I'm just I think it's just the dumbest thing that they don't think about that. Whoever of you is running for school board, help them think, please, because they have not the ability. Is there? I got a question. Is there any critical thinking skills in the school board, in the school system at all? Any critical? I know they tout it, but do they use it? Well, that's true. And they can't. They evidently have not that ability to peek into the future, which is not you don't need a crystal ball to see this thing coming down the line because we've already been there. Oh, I it makes my head hurt. And I will tell you, the next time it happens, they will be as confounded as they were this last time. I'm waiting. We're waiting. Companies would donate computers if the kids, but the public schools are nuts. STEM is more important than streaming. Why? Why? They're already doing that. They're already doing that. Oh, all right. The homeless reduction task force in Northwest Florida is asking the Pensacola City Council to approve $2.5 million to help solve the homeless problem. Homeless advocates say this is part of part one of a 3-year plan to get the homeless out of tents and into housing, and then give them resources to grow. This is the first time this amount of money has been able to help the homeless. Connie Bookman is the co-chair of the Homeless Reduction Task Force of Northwest Florida. Bookman gave Pensacola City Council 6 pages of recommendations totaling over $2.5 million. The city received $3 million from the federal government 2 months ago. The goal is to get the homeless out from underneath the I-10 underpass or overpass and other encampments around Escambia County. The funding recommendations include outreach case management, counseling, providing medical beds to Waterfront Rescue Mission, opening an 84-bed women's shelter at the Canopy of Hope. All of this is going to raise up our people experiencing homelessness. Now, here's the thing. Corey, I agree. I agree with you. Folks being sick, jack stuff up, but things are back on track. So the homeless situation is $2.5 million. Is throwing money at it going to do it? All right. So here's what you've got to understand. I'm glad they're giving medical beds to the waterfront. I am super happy that there's a women and children shelter because that is much needed. That's going towards that. Now, Michael, you bring up a very interesting point. You've got those. I see nothing about drug rehabilitation. A lot of them are there because they've hit rock bottom. They are out on the street begging money, and they're using drugs. Then there's the mental issue, and some of that is caused by drugs. But some of it, they have mental issues, and you're not going to do that. We've been feeding them and giving them supplies. Patrick, yes. Yes. You're not wrong. Here's the thing. We have homeless coming to our area because we have like 400 churches in Pensacola. Most veterans are yes. But they're getting stuff for the women. That is one good thing coming from it. But you've got 400 churches, and they go over here and get food. They go over here and get shoes. They got Christians coming off the off the interstate and handing out cash. Yes, it does make a bigger issue. Um, Work requirement, but a lot of them are disabled. There's a lot of them that are disabled. Mental issues are huge. Yes, yes. Now, you, it's taking away the incentive for them to stay that way. That is where it stops. That's what stops it. We're getting them a home they don't have to work for, actually going to help them. Um, yeah. No, Corey, no, nobody is, yeah. I thought you were saying, I missed the comma, but thank you for putting the comma in there. That makes good sense. Yes, they are doing that. There's not enough care for their disability or coping to help cure them. Yeah, you've got to take away. Here's the thing. Um, s- Stop giving money on the corner. Do not hand out dollar bills and $5 bills or whatever you're doing. Stop giving them bottles of water. Stop giving them food. And I've done that. I've done that. Stop it. Just stop it. If you take away, you're enabling them by doing that. Stop it. You wanted to help them, give to the waterfront, give to the homeless coalition, whatever it is. Exactly, Donna. Exactly. No, don't even hand them a hamburger, Donna. Don't even do that. There are places for them to go. Send them to the waterfront. And if you feed them, you're only enabling them. Stop it. Stop it. All handing out money is going to do is get more out there. Yes, but don't feed them either. Don't feed the homeless from your car. Don't take them a sandwich. Don't do any of that stuff. You make them go to the proper place so they could get help. There you go, Justin. Uh, and thank you for doing that. We'll send them to your house. Yeah. Yes. Let me say this: if the VA was to open more homeless care of a large amount of the homeless, well, it would if you open the VA. Now, listen. Well, it should be illegal, but that's harsh. Let me tell you something. Here's a good example for you. And Donna brought up feeding him, giving them a hamburger or whatever. Listen, if you go down to McDonald's and you grab a value meal off of there, it's what, $8 now. $8, $9. You pay for that. If you took that same money and gave it to the waterfront, they could feed them 3 times for that. It's true. They can feed that, and I don't know if Rusty's on here this morning. You can feed those people 3 times for that same amount of money, rather than give them one meal, and the meal that they get from the waterfront will be nutritious. But the human in me will feed them. Don't, Craig. Don't fight the urge, because that only enables them, because someone behind you is going to give them a buck. Don't do it. And I'm not doing it to be cruel, but this is why we have so many of the homeless in this area. I know, and it's a hard situation. Well, you're welcome, Donna. But take that money and give it to the waterfront, give it to the homeless coalition, give it to somebody who can manage it, because these people, if you give them money, they can't manage it. They're homeless for a reason. They're going to a former homeless person, all right, shared this with me. He said, when you see them on the corners begging, what they do then is they get together at the end of the day. They buy drugs, they rent a room, they all go in the room, they get high, and then they go back out and start it again. Don't give them cash. There are some of those. Now, the panhandlers, you're correct. You're correct, Keith. A lot of the panhandlers are not homeless. Look, Justin, you will always have, and we're not saying don't help them. Jesus never wanted to enable anybody in their sin. So don't put it that way. It was always to lift them up. You're not helping them if you're giving them money and food. Instead of buying them food, I'll go into a restaurant and find a working man or woman and pay for their meal at least 3 times a week. There you go. Some homeless are not, they are, Some homeless are not. Period. They are professional panhandlers. Did I read that right? I usually buy drugs with my money. Well, there you go, Justin. Good for you. Yeah, you can do that. Teach what? Teach them to fish if they're willing to. But again, if you're going to do it for them, they're not going to do it. If you do it for them, they're not going to do it. And all this stuff enables them. But I'm not against these programs if they're going to help them. But you can't just, and Grover wants to take another program and pay for their down payments. Well, look, down payments don't. What good is making their down payment for them? That's part of the thing. You've got skin in the game. If you make the down payment, you got skin in the game. I'm going to lose that money if I screw up this house. Saw 20-something at Davis Highway with their better clothes than me. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, there are some aggressive street people. I don't like the ones who pretend to play electric violin. I've seen that. You're right. You're right, Christine. But at some point, look, when the drugs are your goal, that's how you live. Well, you got to find a donor first. All right. Enough of that. Mobile police officers searched the Tillman's Corner area of Mobile on Monday, following up leads that Brian Landry was seen in the area over the weekend. Police say a body was found behind a dumpster behind Verizon Wireless store Monday afternoon. Mobile Mayor Chief of Staff James Barber confirmed afterwards it was not Landry's body. The whereabouts of Landry is currently unknown. They searched his southern Florida home on Monday morning. He's considered a person of interest to the case of the missing Florida woman, Gabby Petito. A body consistent with Petito's description was found Sunday in the Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming, where she was last known to be seen. Now, they are doing an autopsy on her, but I found it interesting that they were saying, hey, we've seen him in Mobile. That's interesting. The Escambia County School Board on Friday voted against calling a special meeting about the face mask in the classroom. But that hasn't stopped a growing number of concerned residents from pushing for the board to reconsider. We're at least trying to get them to go back to the protocols they used last school year, said Pensacola resident Diane Cromwell, who delivered a pair of impassioned pro-mask speeches during the public forum of 2 school board workshop meetings last week. They think this is one and done, and they're done with us. So the school board thinks they've won, and we're not coming back, but we're coming back. Here's this.
Asking if I'm back. and I haven't really had an answer. But now, yeah, I'm thinking I'm back.
He's thinking he's back. There, we're coming back. Oh my gosh. We're wondering what it's going to take. How many deaths have to happen before you do something? Why is it that they feel like their hands are tied? Why can't they, at the very minimum, do what they did last year? Because what they did last year, what they did last year was kept them home. That's what they did last year. You want to keep them home? That's what they did last year. Oh, but you can go to a college football game unmasked. Oh yeah. Florida reported, and look, you've got students. If you want to get your student vaccinated, do it. If you want your kid wearing a mask, have them do it. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody's stopping you. Okay, Holly, that's where I'm going. You're right there. That's where I'm going. Florida reported far fewer coronavirus cases in the week ending Sunday, adding that 75,998 new cases. That's down 24.2% from the previous week. Florida ranked 20th among the states where coronavirus was spreading the fastest on a per person basis. In the latest week, coronavirus cases in the United States increased 1.1% from the week before. Florida had 7.38% of the country's cases in the last week. Across the country, 36 states had more cases in the latest week than they did the week before. Escambia County reported 1,229 cases in the latest week. That's a drop of 28.8%. And I don't care who you are, that's good. That is good. Santa Rosa reported 827 cases. That is a decrease of about 42.3%. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Anybody would kill for those numbers. So Santa Rosa is down 42.3%. Now, they like to say that it's the vaccine because more people are getting the vaccine. That doesn't translate. It doesn't translate. How many people have gotten the vaccine in the last week or 2 weeks prior to that? You got me? It doesn't make any sense that they can credit the vaccine because the math and the time does not work out. It's running its course. But my land, people, what? I don't understand that. Oh, probably zero. I got you. It's not the vaccine. We can't allow this coercion to continue. You're right, Len. I see the sarcasm, Corey. It's taken months to line up vax with infection numbers. Oh, you're right. But yeah, so the numbers are going down. It's trending down. Again, take proper precautions. Now, I wonder, let me throw this out to you. I want to give you something to think about. Because Pace and Milton have doctors and pharmacies that are willing to do what others are not. Giving out these or selling out these kits. Is that making a difference? I don't know. Escambia County's recorded 818 deaths from COVID-19 since the pandemic began. While Santa Rosa has reported 418. So there you go. Oh, I didn't get a chance. I only saw a clip of that. You sent that to me. I haven't got a chance to watch that yet. So, tonight, the school board, um, activists, please gear up to attend. Stand up with us in opposition. School boards continuing use of CRT and SEL in Santa Rosa schools. Yes, yes, do that. Time will tell. How do Florida numbers compare to states on lockdown? Oh, much better. Doing much better. All right. Very good. What else? Governor DeSantis recently proposed a plan to stop FSA testing and start a new program called FAST. FAST stands for Florida Assessment of Student Thinking. We talked about this. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Steph. It happens. It happens. People are. But did they have? Let me ask you. Did they have an underlying condition? Did they have an underlying condition? Mm. Um. So it stands for Florida Assessment of Student Thinking. The assessment will require students to take 3 shorter tests throughout the school year instead of one big one at the end. So what that does is it allows them to assess what's going on while it can be changed, it can be adapted. If you do it at the end of the year, oh well, they didn't get anything. That year's out in the toilet. So this is going to be a good thing, and I appreciate Governor DeSantis doing this. And it's going to take down testing time. It's going to be a lot easier for students to get the help that they need. She was struck by lightning. Wow. Yeah. Mercy. Um, I misread Stephanie's comment. Did I? Um, I don't think I did. I don't know. Sorry if I did. Okay. COVID-19 has now killed about as many Americans as the 1918-1919 Spanish flu pandemic did. Approximately 675,000. And like the worldwide scourge of a century ago, the coronavirus may never entirely disappear from our midst. Although, there are reports now that about half of those numbers have been fudged. People died, but not because of COVID. Half, they're saying. Instead, scientists hope the virus that causes COVID-19 becomes a mild seasonal bug as human immunity strengthens through vaccination, repeated infection that would take time. We'll hope it'd be like getting a cold, but there's no guarantees, they said. Pfizer said Monday its COVID-19 vaccine works for children ages 5 to 11. Wow. Wow. Ages 5 to 11. For elementary school age kids, Pfizer tested a much lower dose, a third of the amount that's in each shot given now. Yet after their second dose, children ages 5 to 11 developed coronavirus fighting antibody levels just as strong as teenagers and young adults. The safety profile and immunogenicity data in children ages 5 to 11 years old vaccinated at a lower dose are consistent with those we've observed with our vaccine in older population at a higher dose. While kids are at lower risk of severe illness or death than older people, more than 5 million children in the U.S. have tested positive for COVID since the pandemic began. So, we're giving them a vaccine. Why? If they have if they don't suffer seriously from it, why are we doing a vaccine? Because it's a program. Oh, yeah, Tommy, they are. They're going to be saying that they're going to take your kids away from you. Okay. I don't know, Donna. I'm not saying they can't get it. I'm just saying it's just not bad. Yep. A study of all three vaccines found the Moderna shot to be the most effective. CDC study involved more than 3,600 adults. Listen, I want you to hear me. Hear this. Stop whatever you're doing and listen to this. A study of all three COVID-19 vaccines found the Moderna shot to be the most effective. The CDC studied more than 3,600 adults hospitalized for COVID-19 between March and August. They found Moderna's vaccine was 93% effective compared to Pfizer's 88% at keeping people out of the hospital. Put on the brakes. Listen, how do you do a study of 3,600 adults hospitalized for COVID and see that 93% keeps them out of the hospital when you're only doing hospitalized people? Do you get it? Do you get it? Wow, it doesn't make any sense. That study makes 0 sense. I don't know what that means. Um, yeah, is that a weird? It's a weird statement. That's a weird statement. They did it involved more than 3,600 adults hospitalized for COVID, and they found that it's 93% effective at keeping people out of the hospital. It doesn't make any kind of sense at all. Yeah, it's wild. You're right. None of it gels. None of it gels. That's a stupid study. The Los Angeles County Department of Public Health has issued a statement saying that while mask wearing is mandatory indoors, there's an exception for film, TV, and music productions, and the Emmys represent a television production. Celebrities could be seen unmasked at the 73rd Awards on Sunday. The LA County Department of Public Health website plainly states that people must wear masks indoors at public settings regardless of their vaccination status. But on this, they said this. On the Emmys, they said this. LA County's officer ordered requires everyone to wear a mask indoors, whether vaccinated or unvaccinated. It's what happened. They're considered, we're going to protect vaccinated workers from, did we do this? What happened? Oh, LA County's health officer requires everyone to wear a mask indoors, whether vaccinated or unvaccinated. However, exceptions are made for film, television, and music productions as individual safety modifications are made for these controlled interactions. The Emmy Award show is a television production, and persons appearing on the show are considered performers. So the elite, you're right. The elite don't have to wear masks. They don't have to social distance. It's okay. It's a performance. So hear this. Joe Biden said, I'm going to check my time. We're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. Here again is another stupid statement. We're going to protect vaccinated workers from unvaccinated coworkers. We're going to reduce the spread of COVID-19 by increasing the share of workforce that's vaccinated in businesses all across America. That statement is illogical. We heard Kamala say the same thing. The entire point of the vaccine is to protect people from getting COVID, except the vaccine is supposed to shield people from the virus. Yet, based on what Biden said, the vaccine doesn't work. We're going to protect the vaccinated from the unvaccinated. His stated intention to protect the vaccinated workers from unvaccinated workers defies what the experts have been advising from the beginning. If everyone must be vaccinated to protect those who already received their vaccination, how effective are the vaccines? Exactly. Exactly, Tommy. Why are they saying this? I don't know. I'm putting up there. This is a weird thing off the coronavirus. This guy, Kevin Hooks, he was arrested for armed or leg robbery. He took a prosthetic leg from a victim. According to the Tulsa Police Department, the victim stated that Hooks came up to him with a large metal spike. He took the victim's backpack and also took the victim's prosthetic leg. Hooks even asked the victim the worth of each item he stole. When the police arrested him, they found him with the victim's leg strapped to his head. Strapped to his head. The leg man. He's the leg man. Look at that face. You know that's drugs. You know that's drugs that's doing that. Maroon. People. You got to wonder about how some people will get out of bed every day. They found him with a leg, the prosthetic leg strapped to his head. I don't know. I wonder about people. Could be a unicorn. Maybe he thought he was. Yeah. Jimmy. You want to skip a leg day. Proper way to wear a leg on your head? What's the proper way? You got to have a strap, obviously. All right. The Biden administration said the U.S. would take in 125,000 refugees and their families next year, fulfilling an earlier pledge to raise a cap that had been cut to a historic low under his predecessor. The White House set the proposed annual cap in a report to Congress saying there was unprecedented number of displaced people around the world because of conflict, humanitarian crisis, climate change. Administrations make an annual recommendation in consultation with lawmakers. Officials had earlier announced their intention to raise it to 125,000 for the fiscal year that starts October 1. The United States is committed to leading efforts to provide protection and promote durable solutions to humanitarian crisis. Really? Include providing resettlement for most vulnerable. Crazy. Yeah, here's this. The Biden administration supports a project to strengthen security of the border between Tajikistan and Afghanistan, according to Reuters, as the humanitarian crisis at the U.S.-Mexico border continues. Is that climate change? Look at the bank. Let me pull my down here a little bit. I want you to see this. Look at the bank back here across the back. What? The embassy in Tajikistan will fund the construction of the new facility along the Afghan border beginning in 2022. Over the past 2 decades, the U.S. government has given Tajikistan over $300 million worth of security assistance for the border. Meanwhile, we have this on the Mexican border. Well, hold on. I'll get to that. Tommy. Yeah, hold on. And let me find that video. All right, here we go. This is Peter Doocy irritating the fire out of Jen Psaki, as he is wont to do. Here's Peter asking a question.
Walking into Del Rio, Texas, and setting up camps on this side of the border for proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test.
Well, first of all,
so we've got these people coming in on the border, and what are we doing about vaccination tests or proof of vaccine?
Can readdress for you or re-talk you through what steps we take.
That is the policy for people who fly into the country. So if somebody walks into the country right across the river, does somebody ask them to see their vaccination card?
Well, let me explain to you again, Peter, how our process works. As individuals come across the border.
Because I've said this before, and I just talk in circles, and
both assessed for whether they have any symptoms. If they have symptoms, the intention is for them to be quarantined. That is our process. They're not intending to stay here for a lengthy period of time. I don't think it's the same thing. It's not the same thing. These are individuals, as we've noted, and as
Wait a minute. They're not expected to stay here for any lengthy period of time. Really? Really? I think when they are coming across the border like that, that is their intent. Their intent is to stay for a lengthy period of time. So don't say that. That's what she said. They're not intending to stay for a lengthy period of time. Yes, they are. That's the whole point of illegal immigration.
We're expelling individuals based on Title 42 specifically because of COVID, because we want to prevent a scenario where large numbers of people are gathering, posing a threat to the community and also to the migrants themselves. So those are the policies that we put in place, in large part because, again, the CDC continues to recommend Title 42 be in place given we're facing a global pandemic.
Where's the vice president on any of this? Isn't she supposed to be addressing the root causes of migration?
Absolutely, and she has been addressing the root causes of migration by working with countries.
Where's the vice president? Who have we seen Kamala? Where's Kamala?
They have the assistance they need to reduce the number of people who are coming and trying to make those journeys across the border. We've actually seen some reductions in some of those numbers. That doesn't change the fact that this is a very challenging situation in Del Rio. We're working to implement our policies, and we're working to...
Really? Have we seen reduction in those numbers? Well, if you look at the video, and look, even the left wing is talking about this. They're talking about, they're covering it, that these people come across in mass. So.
We're also addressing root causes.
Just a quick one on boosters.
We're working to implement our policies, and we're working to ensure we are also addressing root causes.
Just a quick one on boosters.
All right, so there you go. Just absolutely ridiculous. Joe Biden has no solution. Oh my gosh. And he's supporting the border security in Tajikistan, but not here. Interesting. All right. How much time? Okay. In a piece titled The Mysterious Sex Lives of Dinosaurs, CNN senior producer Katie Hunt tackled the burning question of how dinosaurs did it. How has it been difficult to answer since no fossil has received or revealed two dinosaurs caught in the act? But close analysis and insights of living animals like birds are allowing paleontologists to piece together the sex lives of dinosaurs. They did a huge piece. They did a huge piece and promoted it. How do dinosaurs do it? CNN wasn't the first one to crack this case. Back in January of 2016, Forbes ran a report about prehistoric foreplay. So not only are they not doing cutting-edge news, they're doing old news, 5-year-old news. That's CNN. Well, exactly. But that's CNN. That's why they're sucking. That's why they're sucking in the ratings. They aren't. They're being slaughtered because of stupid stuff like this. Well, that's pretty much what you got. Right. What are we going to learn from that? Listen to this. Only 49% of registered voters think President Joe Biden has enough mental soundness to serve as president. Respondents were asked, do you think Joe Biden has the mental soundness to serve effectively as president or not? 49% said yes, 48% said no. When respondents were asked weeks before, between September 7th and 10th, 49% said yes, only 45% said no. On the question asking if respondents believe Joe Biden is a strong leader or not, 45% said yes. That's down 4 points from October. 53% said he's not a strong leader, up 8 points since October. Poll also asked, do you think the country's become more or less united since Biden took office? 54% of the country is said less united. Trump's not so bad. Trump's not so bad. 37% said the country's more united since Biden took office. Do I try? This one seems pretty accurate. This one seems pretty accurate. It's probably higher number that people think he's not got all his marbles in a row. His drywall goes further than his studs. How many said yes are medicated? Well, that's a good question. Or so blind because they hate Trump. Well, you're right, Donna. And you're not wrong, Christine. But here you go. You've got the majority of the country, probably, because there's a plus or minus thing in there. So it's half. Let's just say it's half. That say Biden couldn't find his butt with both hands. All right? You got a doddering old man who was, listen, he wasn't mentally sound 30 years ago. Right? He's always said stupid stuff. He's always done dumb stuff. That's why he could never make it president. They pushed him in here. I know. The football stadiums hate him. Thanks, Roger. It is a thing. Yeah, Trump doesn't seem so bad now because you've got 37% of the country say it's more united and 54% say it's less. It's less united under Biden than it was under Trump. Yeah, he steals speeches. He's never been mentally sound. He never, ever, ever has been. Yeah, and he's a racist. Okay. Yeah, if you can trust those numbers. Wow. Absolutely wow. But we've got a president that has very little capacity. He has very little mental capacity. I know. They turned their back on him. You're right, Tom. That's the stuff he says. He is a racist. He's a racist. They always accuse Trump of racism, and they never had any kind of real thing to say he was. They took clips and massaged it to make him say he was the racist. But Biden is. He called just a couple weeks ago. He called a young black man boy. That's racist. Yes, you're exactly right, Donna. You're exactly right. There is big stuff coming on the horizon. I'm watching the farmer situation very closely. The farmer food stuff is an issue. I'm trying to get some more information. We'll talk about that. Is there a food shortage coming on purpose? Is a food shortage coming on purpose? We'll talk about that and much more as we get stuff. Oh, my land. Thank you very much, Gail. So listen, just on a note for this week, I will probably be on Thursday morning. At the moment, I'm planning on it. Friday, I will not be. I will not have time because I'm going to be in a different time zone, and I'm going to be at work. So, yeah, no Friday this week, but we most probably will do Thursday. Okay, just keep that in mind. And yeah, going to Pennsylvania this week. I'll be going where I'm losing track. I'm going to Michigan next week, and then I will be in Wisconsin Dells, 2 weeks from now. Oh yeah, it's a thing. Yeah, boy. Frequent flyer miles. It's not a break. It's not a break. Not a break. It's work. It's work. All right. Don't forget the concert tomorrow as they're raising money for the Ida victims. That's going to happen at Sandshakers tomorrow at 3 or 4. And they got some live bands. Go and support that. That should be a good thing. So yeah. And listen, guys. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'll break. No. This is my favorite part of the day. This absolutely is my favorite part of the day. So don't look at it that way. Thank you. Thank you. Watch Project Veritas. Send to all your friends. Yeah. Check it out. Check it out. All right, kids. I'm going to get out of here just a little bit early because I get to the airport. Masks all day long. I love you. Hey, I appreciate you. Like the video, share the video, and we will see you tomorrow from Pennsylvania. All right. Have a great day.